Well, it's Saturday 26th, and we vote for a slack day at Dundubra. As a large sand goanna invades our space and wanders off, well. The track up to the Wongal Sandblow looks easy so with water bottles and dingo whackers in hand, we go out through the wire and wander along the 2-kilometre track to the Sandblow. Our walks are so slow that when I videotape us walking, I edit it later by increasing the speed to 120%, just to bring some normality. Anyhow, an hour or so later, we crash back into our shady campsite for a snooze. Big morning. Later on, we climb aboard the old cruiser and we chug slowly down the beach to the cathedrals on Fraser again to indulge in a chocolate caramel magnum. Yep, that's lunch taken care of. However, an hour later, Bob's hungry again, so we break out the sardines in tomato sauce, packet of chips and a bottle of olives. We cram those between 2 pieces of bread. Afternoon tea's put away. Oh, the intense pace of life on Fraser. Being in no hurry, we often drive along the beach at about 30 kilometres an hour when everyone else is doing 80. Today we had a group of cars coming towards us and another coming up on our rear. Good old Bob just keeps the cruiser in the middle like some traffic island. We've got cars to the left and cars to the right, and once again I'm stuck in the middle with Bob. Yep, second time I've mentioned those lines. Must be a song, I reckon. I'll bet Bob's got an old cassette tape somewhere with that. He's playing it while I'm asleep, so it subliminally seeps into my subconscious. You know, the man's a legend. A scary legend. Hang on a minute. Bob's just wandered off again. I definitely need a GPS tracker attached to him. He'll be off talking to some camper somewhere, you know, telling his grandpa jokes. He usually comes home before dark, good lad. The afternoon entertainment has already started, so we're watching, I'm watching vehicles loaded to the gunnels with, sunburnt occupants searching for a good nesting place for the night. Finding a place, they begin the ritual of setting up, building their temporary booth to shelter in for the night. Most couples work in silence until the inevitable muttering of, "Where are the ropes? Did you put the buckets in?" Then there's the laughter of children, the playing cricket, and someone somewhere has just started playing the guitar and singing a good old country song. The sounds float like a sweet fragrance among the quiet trees as the sun slides below the western sandhills. By 7 there will be a hushed silence as tired children settle and couples embrace in the cool night. Bob and I just share old war stories and days of watermelon wine, and we both drift in and out of micro-sleeps, occasionally interrupted by the scooting of some feral animal like a bandicoot or a possum. Fade to black. Sunday the 27th, 5 a.m. The soft grey of dawn highlights the ribs and stitching of the tent. The soft zinging of Bob's tent zipper as he slithers out of the cave. 100 different bird calls gently punctuate the morning sky and air. It's time to greet the day. Everything outside is covered with tiny flowers from the paperbark melaleuca trees, and they seem to stick to everything. Their soft, gentle fragrance fills your senses. Mate, it's brew time. Wheat bix and fruit, toast with peanut butter and honey, followed by coffee. That's become the standard fare for breakfast. The showers are good, except without a $2 coin, no shower, hot or cold. A young French guy wanders over last night, begging to exchange his $1 coin for $2. And I gave him mine, but I think he would have given $5 for the 2, just so that he could, and even his girlfriend could have a hot shower. After explaining that the $2 only lasted for 3 minutes, he decided that they would shower together to maximise use. "Good idea," says Bob. And the Frenchman wanders off into the twilight towards his camp. Hey, we're heading north to Waddy Point and onto Orchard Beach and Camp Zone 8 for our base camp tonight for the push to the most northern point of Sandy Cape. We're sick of dingoes harassing us and stealing our sugar, the mongrels. So we'll be trying to get a permit to camp in the enclosed Waddy Point. Now, it was fully booked a fortnight ago, but we'll try to make a few phone calls, pull a few strings, flash our grandpa cards and see if we have any spots that have loosened up. Otherwise, beach camping in the open at Marloo or Ocean Lake, or dueling in Zone 8. Low tide is about 1 o'clock, the Savo, so no rush, kick back. Bob's lost again. I'll put on a cup of tea and he'll appear out of somewhere, probably found some campers to exchange travel stories with. He'll run through the 20 questions: where you've been, where you're going, how long you're staying for, what's the road like, what are you driving, have you been here before? Then he'll move into family history. By the time he's finished, he'll know them to 3 generations ago, how they were related by marriage to his 3rd removed cousin of his great-grandmother's side. Oh my God, the man is known for his ability to mine deep for information. He's a legend. You got to keep her there, Myrtle. By the way, I noticed we stopped blaming Myrtle for things we can't find and started blaming each other on the sugar-toothed dingoes or the enormous blood-sucking flies. Those blood-sucking march flies are particularly attracted to Bob, so we sit him down as a feeding place and they leave me alone. You know, that's what mates are for, isn't it? It's a glorious day and we're out on the beach, heading north to Indian Head. Need to go inland to get around the headland and through some very soft sand. Bob and the old cruiser managed to find every hole as we rip, tear, bash and crash our way through. Short run, we head inland again to try to get to Champagne Pools. Now, we get there and there's a million tourists, vehicles jamming the first car park, so we go up and around to the second car park. We walk down the burning sand and along the equally scorching hot boardwalk to the pools. Look down to see about 100 people swimming, splashing and generally getting sunburned, but alas, no champagne. With the tide out, no water washing over the rocks to form the famous bubbles. And we take a vote to return to the car and push on. We'll come back another day. Anyhow, the track across to Orchard Beach is about 8 kilometres of unbelievably soft sand and single file. Lo and behold, someone is bogged and the entire road is closed until he can get out. Bob and I quickly turn off under a shady tree and wait for a team of young blokes. Oh, they turn up, they get him out, then they strut around with their tail feathers up. Oh, yeah, whatever. We grind on to Orchard Beach, and being lunchtime, we vote for a yummy curry pie, followed by a Magnum ice cream. There's a grassy airfield and a helipad across the road. No activity there, but there's a Range Rover fully bogged to the chassis in soft sand. Now, that's first-class entertainment. We sit on the stall veranda watching the scurry of helpers getting burnt feet and carry on as we lick away our ice creams. Anyhow, a few minutes later, we mount the old cruiser and roar through with no trouble at all. Good old Land Cruiser. Bob points out, it's the skill of the driver, Ross. I agree. All good. No luck with the dingo fenced camping enclosure, though, up on the high ground at Waddy Point. So down near the beach, out in the open. Bob and I find a lagoon on the beach that's about 1 metre deep and around 400 metres long, just right to enjoy a saltwater wash. I think we smell better, but there's really no way to tell, is there? On our way back to camp, we spot a couple of dingoes with cubs that have come out onto the beach looking for dead fish or birds or whatever else washes in. They look like they're starving. It's no wonder, tourists break the law and try to feed them. They just ignore us.